So what made you sought after this fight with Canelo?
Canelo's a great fighter. You know, he's respected. I'm a fan of Canelo. And like I said before, Canelo is the last of the great fighters that's available to fight. Canelo's at 168. It's a big task, but I'm always up for it. Big risk, big reward. And I want to be the first ever boxer to be a three-weight undisputed world champion.
Talk to me about like the business of this fight, because it's live on Netflix. This is your first time fighting on Netflix?
Right.
How does this fight come together as opposed to like typical fights that you've had in the past?
Well, it's all the same. You know, at the end of the day, you got the promotion, you got the network coming out, they shooting you, and they promote the fight. It's just, you know, on a different network.
This is the best fight in boxing, bar none. You know, we've got two of the best fighters in the world, and Terence Crawford trying to do what no other's done before, a four division world champion, and, you know, jumping up from light middleweight now to super middle, trying to achieve the unachievable against Canelo Alvarez, who is pound for pound. Can he do it? I think he can. I think that this guy creates history, and Terence Crawford is...
Spencer Oliver warned Canelo that he's facing the toughest challenge of his career. He believes Terence Crawford is chasing history, stepping into dangerous territory where legends are either made or broken. Even promoter Eddie Hearn, who once favored Canelo, is now leaning toward Crawford. Hearn admitted, "If Terence Crawford decides to box elusively in this fight, I think he'll have real success." That statement alone shows how dangerous Crawford is. If a veteran like Hearn thinks Canelo may struggle against Crawford's slick style, it's not just hype, it's a warning. Crawford has the skills to make this fight a nightmare, forcing Canelo to chase shadows all night. Hearn's shift in tone proves the unthinkable is edging closer to reality. He described the fight as more than just another matchup. It's two legends meeting near the end of their careers. But his focus quickly turned to one key issue: the weight.
It's like, I mean, you know, two guys that are coming towards the back end of their careers, two legends, pound for pound legends of the sport. Fascinating fight between two guys with management IQ. I guess the big conversation is how the weight will affect the fight and how you will respond to the size. You know, we've got a situation where in Los Angeles, Crawford didn't look that big against the 154. In fact, Crawford Madrid was a big, strong guy in that fight. It was a very, very close fight. Now you're going up to the 168 for Canelo Alvarez, who is, you know, pound for pound legend. Against Skull, he didn't look great. You know, he didn't look great. I didn't think his legs looked fantastic.
Hearn reminded fans that Crawford didn't even look huge at 154 pounds. And now he's jumping to 168 against one of the sport's strongest champions. That physical leap is the ultimate test of his limits. Still, Hearn stressed that Crawford's greatness often defies logic. This fight will reveal whether pure skill can overcome sheer size. He then raised a real question: how will Crawford react when the punches start flying at super middleweight? That, he said, is the true million-dollar factor.
That's really the million-dollar question. How can he hang at 168? When you spend time with both, they're both so confident, you actually can't see him losing. God, brilliant game, and he's walked the wall continuously. Like, he's had probably the best boxing IQ in the game. Well, probably, and you know, Canelo's my guy, but probably linked.
From Hearn's perspective, both fighters are full of confidence, making it hard to picture either man walking away defeated. Yet, he leaned toward Crawford, praising his unmatched boxing IQ and ability to adapt. Even as a longtime admirer of Canelo, Hearn admitted the scales now tip slightly toward Bud. It's a rare admission that shows the respect Crawford has earned. Still, he acknowledged what most fans already believe: Canelo will walk in as the favorite, but he didn't stop there.
I think that Canelo will be a favourite going in, but it wouldn't surprise me at all.
In the same breath, Hearn made it clear that an upset wouldn't surprise him at all. Crawford has already proven that odds and labels mean nothing when he steps into the ring. For Hearn, the fight isn't about favorites. It's about whether Crawford can turn belief into reality and shake up the boxing world. He called Crawford the most dangerous underdog in the sport. Hearn also pointed back to a fight that still haunts Canelo, his loss to Dimitri Bivol. He described it as the blueprint Crawford could follow.
Interestingly, Bivol really did set the blueprint for how to beat Canelo Alvarez. You know, what you do is you're sitting, you throw punches and punches, you move into range, on, do it again. Canelo's not that. He doesn't throw a lot of punches. He hates movement. Hates it. Crawford's got that. You know, Crawford, be honest, Crawford got probably make it.
According to Hearn, Bivol exposed Canelo with slick movement, volume punching, and constant rhythm. That is the exact style Crawford has mastered. If Crawford makes Canelo chase, he controls the fight. Hearn's warning was clear. Unless Canelo has evolved since that defeat, Crawford could walk him into the same trap. This fight will prove whether Canelo has truly learned from past mistakes. Hearn emphasized the importance of the early rounds. In his view, Crawford is built to take control right from the start.
But the more this fight goes, it's more 50-50, and more people are starting to respect this man because he's been posting social media. He looks bigger. He looks like a muscular fighter, not like an out-of-shape lightweight or welterweight coming up in weight. He looks like a legitimate, muscular, middleweight type fighter. I love the fact that he's actually marketing himself, you know, getting great sparring, the running, the videos, and just he looks like a beast, man. So I love everything he's doing to promote this fight and to show everyone I'm not the smaller man here. It's going to be an equal size fight when it comes to...
Hearn believes Crawford's sharpness and tempo will earn him rounds before Canelo can settle in. And when a fighter like Canelo is forced to play catch-up, the pressure builds quickly. Hearn concluded that if Bud builds an early lead, Canelo could find himself fighting against both time and momentum. The opening rounds might write the story of the whole fight. American boxer Sergio Mora also shared his thoughts, pointing out that Crawford's physical transformation is changing the narrative. He stressed that appearances can be just as powerful as skills inside the ring.
It can, but he's an athletic fighter. I mean, he has a wrestling background. You know, I think he put on the right muscle. He's not soft in the midsection. You could tell that he still carries that muscle right. It's like whenever you do go up in weight and you see the muscle around the shoulders and the biceps and the back, that's when you're like, wow, okay, this is impressive. You see him deadlifting. He's a strong fighter, and he did it the right way. Just like Roy Jones Jr. when he went to heavyweight. He didn't look heavy. He looked just as muscular, only he did it, the muscle were in the right proportion places. I think Bud looks the exact same.
Mora highlighted how Crawford has silenced critics by looking every bit the part of a natural middleweight. Training clips, sparring footage, and his raw physique all send one clear message. He is not stepping in as the smaller man. This shift in perception has fueled the belief that the fight is now on.